Hello guys, today in this video we are going to integrate an AI chatbot into our Next.js website. So this is the website I use for my solo web development agency, and the main goal here is to automate some parts of the client onboarding process. Basically, visitors can come to the site, start a chat with the AI, ask questions and maybe even place an order without me needing to step in every time. So here is the current website. It's built with Next.js and Tailwind CSS, pretty simple and static overall. So it is hosted on Vercel. What I want to do is to add a small chat icon or chat button widget or some kind of a similar thing that visitors can chat with the AI. The AI will then ask stuff like what's your name, what kind of a service you are looking for, what's your budget. So it's kind of like an AI assistant that knows everything about my business. So the clients can have a conversation with this tool to understand what I am offering. Now this is very lightweight use case of chatbot. We are not building a ChatGPT clone or anything. We just need a simple conversation model that can understand basic things and reply like a human. There are a lot of AI providers out there like OpenAI, Google's Gemini, Cloud, and so on. So I have compared the pricing of these different services, mainly OpenAI. So currently OpenAI's cheapest model is GPT 4.1 Nano, but I found a cheaper option than that in Groq. So when I say Groq here, it's not the Elon Musk AI like Groq. This one is Groq with a Q. So it's spelled Groq. So they have built one of the fastest AI inference systems, and it's also super affordable. So you get access to models like Llama 3, DeepSeek, and a lot of more open source models. So for this model, we need just a cheap and efficient model. So because of that, we are choosing Llama 3 8B8K model. So this is the cheapest option right now on the Groq platform too. So this is totally enough. So this model only support up to 8K tokens, but that's totally fine because we are not building anything complex. We just need a basic conversational flow. So as I mentioned earlier, my site is hosted on Vercel, and good news is Groq has a direct integration with Vercel. So we can just go to the Vercel marketplace, install the Groq integration, and link it to our project. Once that is done, you can use the Vercel CLI to pull the environment variables. Or maybe just you can copy this variable manually and paste it in your .env.local file.
After doing so, you need to install Groq SDK on your project.
So now we have an instruction documentation to follow here. So this is the basic implementation setup. The thing is, this is using old page router, but our app is using app router in this project. So also I'm using TypeScript, so we'll have to make few adjustments here. So first of all, we need to go inside our app folder. If your application is using page router, you can follow the documentation, but because we are using app router here, we are doing this little bit differently. Go inside your app folder and create an API folder if it doesn't exist. Inside that, create a subfolder called Groq test. Then inside Groq test, create a file called route.ts. Now copy the example code from this documentation and paste it inside that file. But we need to tweak a few things. Replace the default environment variable name with the one from Vercel dashboard. And also we need to add some TypeScript type safety so we don't run into types errors. You can pause the video here and copy my versions of the code if you want to follow along exactly. Once that's done, we can test if it's working. I'm gonna open the terminal and send a simple post request to the API route. So if you are using a Windows PC, make sure you are not using PowerShell here. Just use the command prompt. So as you can see, it's replying back with an AI response. Right now the message is hard coded. So we need to update the API route to to accept dynamic inputs from the request body. This way the client can send any messages and get a real reply, right? So let's change the code a little bit. So now instead of hard coding the message, this is using so the request is waiting for a message and that will be passed through here, so we can pass any message through the terminal. So let's test this again, and this time on the terminal we are also passing the message. So as you can see, this is working perfectly. So now one last thing, we need to change the model here, because this is not using the model we have choose earlier. So I'm going to Groq website and select the model I want and click the try now button, and from here I'm copying the model name and I can paste this in our route.ts file like that. Now we are using that model. Again I'm going to test this one time. So as you can see, it working exactly as before. Now we can't just use our terminal to contact with our AI model, right? Because there is no user interface. So we need to build an interface that we can use, so we can implement it in our website, right? So for now, for the testing purposes, I'm creating a quick front end for this. So I made a simple page already. So this only have an input field, a submit button, and a little area to show the AI response. Also, let's update the API call here, because it's using like Groq test, but let's rename it to Groq chat, so it's better. So I updated the fetch call to send the input message as a force request to our API Groq chat route. Also added a bit of padding at the top, because our navigation bar was overlapping the content, and changed the text color to white so it's readable. Now we have got a basic working chatbot inside the site. So now I can go to this route on my local host, and as you can see, we have an input field, a button, and let's send a message here, and like that our response is showing here. So one last thing, let's see how accurate this data. Okay, so the AI model has an knowledge cutout like in 2021, I guess. So it's don't have a real world up-to-date informations, but that's totally fine, because we don't use this AI model as to like as a search engine or some kind of things. We just need to use this model to have a human-like conversations, so our visitors, our clients that come to our website can have a real like a conversation with an AI assistant. So currently this model don't have any knowledge about what is my business is. So even though I ask what is site axis, that's what's my business name is, even though this is sitting on my website, he don't have any information regarding what is he and what is he actually doing. So we need to fix this, so we will do it in the next video. So this is just a simple AI chatbot using Groq's Llama 3 model integrated into Next.js Tailwind CSS website. It works well for basic client conversations. In the next video, we will give the AI model the context about our business, and also I will clean this up more and put it into a proper component. If you liked this video and found it helpful, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Peace out, guys.